let's not comment on this image that you see
scroll this
on
down.
your screens.
I think he put it here for comment, actually.
Should we comment on it? I don't know. It's. Do you wanna explain yourself, sir?
Oh,
I do.
What exactly?
I do.
What exactly are your plans?
You keep that tucked under the back of your shirt, do you?
But this is my great.
Normally, this is how he
Photoshop
walks into the
skills.
office. By the way, he sort of.
This is
We have to beat him, hold him down, and make him wear a suit
this is my,
because he comes into the office dressed like this.
His armour's just resting on the sofa.
It's terrible. You have no idea what we're dealing with in the Lotus Eaters offices.
I've got a,
Anyway, we'll let you have a word in your own segment now.
all right, yeah. This is my epic Photoshop skills, all right? I've got a... Right, okay, let me try to introduce this segment. So, British democracy is broken, okay? Here's how I am going to fix it.
Okay.
Me being the God Emperor of New Britannia, okay?
Right.
So the year is 2034.
Oh, I didn't vote for you.
Nigel Farage has failed, okay? And the country is calling out for leadership. And a new force enters the fray.
Whoa!
All right. So, as Emperor of
Middle Eastern
mankind,
fist shaking. Yeah, go on.
as the Emperor of mankind, my primary focus is to fix British democracy. So here's how we're going to do it, right? So together we shall create New Britannia.
Point of order. If you become Emperor of mankind, how retarded do you have to be to restore democracy, sir?
Well, yeah, okay. Well, I'm a lenient authoritarian.
Okay.
Okay. If that is the thing.
So what you're saying is it'd be...
He's a gentle soul. He's a gentle soul, really. We just give him a hard time.
democracy with the illusion of choice. Like democracy, really.
So the idea is like I come in here in Blackpool all the time, so I just thought I'd just do this as a bit of a joke,
great.
really, a bit of a lark. So the idea is I become an authoritarian god, okay, to establish new Britannia, to then gift that to my Anglo children.
Right.
Oh.
And then I saunter off with I don't know,
Into your citadel.
exactly, on my golden throne.
Yes. Yeah.
Not a decomposing corpse. And I can just watch over everyone and enjoy it.
Okay.
After
Tell us more.
bestowing upon them a brand new democracy. So, best Photoshop ever. So, first things first. Okay. First things first. No MP should get paid.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all jokes aside, this is how we start to get to the nub of what I fundamentally think some of the issues are with democracy at the moment, right? So, no MP should get paid at all.
Well, that would be a return to tradition.
Exactly, right? So, I don't know what I'm working with here. So, they never actually used to get paid, as you can see here. This is, a Gov website, basically. They never used to get paid at all. So, in 1911, MPs received a salary for the first time to try and improve accessibility for candidates. But we didn't vote for that. No one voted for that. They voted it for themselves. They just was like, yeah, we'll get paid now. And then they've consistently... So that's not democracy straight away. It's not democracy that they get paid. We didn't vote that they would get paid.
They should just do insider trading like Nancy Pelosi.
Effectively. So they voted themselves to get a salary. Convenient. It's not democracy. And before this, and obviously after this as well, so there is some crossover, but the caliber of politician was far and above what we have today.
Oh, sure.
Right? Not simply because, of course, people are getting dumber, which they are, soz, but because it was a duty, right? So people were already established in life. They wanted to help. There was, of course, some self-serving individuals, but certainly not to the level that we have in this day and age.
Right.
Because that effectively created the career politician.
Yes.
Right? So, that would be my first thing. No one gets paid.
Okay.
Return to that. No one gets paid. I don't think anyone should get paid. So who currently, who can stand as an MP in my New Britannia? To understand that, we need to see who can stand as an MP at the moment. So to stand as a candidate in a UK parliamentary general election, you need to be at least 18 years old and be either a British citizen or a citizen of the Republic of Ireland or a citizen of a Commonwealth country who does not require leave to enter, blah, 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 blah. And so what disqualifies you for standing as an MP? members of the police force, members of the armed forces, civil servants, judges, people who are subject to bankruptcy, people who have been adjudged bankrupt, blah, blah, blah. So, I need to keep moving this mouse around. In my New Britannia, from here anyway, you can basically see that you can actually have a career entirely funded by the taxpayer.
Yes.
Because although this disqualifies you...
Somebody like Jeremy Corbyn, who you are suggesting...
Jeremy Corbyn, Keir Starmer...
Ian Abbott.
Yeah, Clive Lewis,
Right.
Andy Burnham, all these people. So currently you can have a career permanently funded by the taxpayer because although these things disqualify you for standing as an MP, you can end one and then begin as another. Mm-hmm. So you can just hop and skip your way through being subsidised by the taxpayer
forever.
For eternity.
And then the nice, comfortable peerage in the House of Lords.
Precisely, right? So in New Britannia, if the lack of salary doesn't stop the career politician and the hop, skip, jumping around being dependent on the taxpayer, I will make it mandatory that no one who has been paid from the public purse can stand for a minimum of 10 years. A decade. Because a decade should be enough. Obviously, all well and good, everything else being great in the country. A decade should be long enough for you to establish yourself in society as someone, just as someone.
Yes.
Right? So that's one thing. Okay. So there's that. I think that begins to help clear up democracy and remove the career politician.
Yes.
And then enter perhaps my most controversial thing, but we need mandatory IQ tests. Okay. So because it's clear as day that we have actual retards.
I know where this is going. Yes.
Well, we do. You know, we actually have retards in government right now. So we've got Rachel Reeves, Angela Wayner. That is not a misspeak. Keir Starmer, and of course the blinder. That is David Lammy. If we could just play this, Samson, or do you want me to play this?
Who acceded to the English throne at the age of 9 on the death of his father Henry VIII in 1547?
Henry VII.
Edward VI. In chemistry, what French word is used for a tube for
This
transferring
will
measured
never
amounts of liquids?
not be hilarious.
Which country's so-called...
Yeah, I mean, we could lose brain cells watching that.
Yes.
Honestly, I don't know how they actually broadcast that.
No, neither do I.
I'm surprised that didn't get buried.
I don't understand how his career didn't end instantly afterwards.
Well,
what I don't understand is
we'll get to that.
how... Okay.
We'll get to that. So there must be a minimum IQ requirement for politicians in New Britannia. Okay, the God Emperor has spoken. All right, the Anglo God himself, Mr. H. Basically, so we can't be led by absolute morons, obviously. This minimum IQ is 115. That's what I've stated, that the minimum IQ must be 115.
Makes sense.
Now, perhaps a little bit more controversially, kind of a bit like trading cards, like HP and hit points and health and things like that, XP. This must also be displayed on all campaign leaflets and canvassing materials by law. So
You're just putting your IQ through people's letterboxes
Yeah.
as you go around campaigning.
yeah, because if the money didn't stop people applying, then the IQ might. Because then you're filtering it out, and then you're filtering out even further. Now, look, okay, obviously, IQ is not the be-all and end-all.
Right.
Okay, but it will be a way to help establishing a higher caliber of politician.
Right.
All right. So there's that. So that's one way. That's the sort of that's who can stand for
These
Parliament.
are two very interesting propositions. Continue.
I've got more.
I'm sure.
So that's who can stand for Parliament. All right. And we can sort of bring this back in a minute. But let's talk about the nation and who can vote in my New Britannia.
Yes.
Because democracy is two-sided. There are two sides of the equation. A bit like supply and demand. People always conveniently forget the demand aspect because you're leftist morons. But let's talk about the voters. So not merely the candidates. Let's talk about the voters. So no foreigners can vote. Simple as.
Okay, I'm with this so far.
All right. So how do we define a foreigner? Well, quick and simple. God Emperor has spoken. Someone who doesn't have British ancestry going back at least 10 generations. 10 generations as defined by about 30 years of generations, basically.
So not only are
300
they
years.
putting IQ tests through the letterboxes, they're also putting DNA tests as well.
Well, no. So yeah. Well, basically, this is under the implication that we've effectively got rid of everyone anyway, but it's just filtering out through the dross.
Right.
Basically.
Filtering
the
out
detritus.
the Huguenot,
Yeah, well, because there might be some people that have sort of married in a few generations back and things like this. So they're here already, and they weren't on the mass deportations list. They've been a net taxpayer, all that kind of stuff. That's okay. But I still don't want them to be able to vote.
On a more serious note, I've been in conversations with people like Pete North and yesterday with Joseph Robertson. I've been saying that it should be 1945 cutoff date.
Yeah. So that's my my 10 generations.
You wouldn't have to go back 10 generations, just 3, because the population of Britain has been so settled for so long.
So I agree, but the only reason the God Emperor says
want the Rothschilds voting
10 generations.
Yes.
Was it 10 generations? Yeah, it was 10 generations. It's just because we are in 2034 at this point.
Yes.
So
it's like
I want it to be backdated a little bit at that point. I just want to be secure, so my Anglo children can have a great future.
Yeah. It's like when you think of one of the most famous MPs we've ever had, Edmund Burke. Of course, Burke was born in Dublin.
Right.
He came from Ireland, and so to go from Ireland to the British Parliament, and one of the things that was commented on at the time was that he was saying, well, basically, if I can do some good for my country of Ireland, whilst not actively trying to harm or drag down the country that has taken me, then that's really the best that I can do as an MP. But Burke was a man of quite singular quality, and he's the exception, not the rule.
Well,
Most people.
Well, yeah. So, yeah. Well, exactly. Yeah, we'll get to that. So, why do we say that we have to go back 10 generations? Well, if we haven't got rid of the dross by doing all those other things, deportations, etc., we get subversive imbeciles like this.
All independent candidates across Birmingham will be supported by the Independent Candidate Alliance, and by support we mean.
Brilliant. Let's stop listening to that gobbledygook that masquerades as English. So basically, this is subversive.
Yes.
We're actually one of the only countries that allow this nonsense. This is how democracies fall, by allowing those that come from locations without democracies and allowing them to vote.
So you're saying Tower Hamlets is not a shining example?
No, if I could
democracy.
if I could effectively get a spade, I could, because I'm the God Emperor. If I get a spade and just sort of hollow that area out and then off over into the channel,
right?
Then I would do that. Actually,
you're not worried about harming France, are you?
Oh no, I couldn't give a shit.
Encourages it, actually.
No. But obviously, it's subversive, right?
Yeah, obviously.
These people shouldn't be here. They shouldn't be allowed to vote.
And again,
at all.
Independent. I'll just cut the, cut the crap. Like, we know what it is.
It's the Muslim Candidate Alliance. Call it the Muslim Candidate Alliance. Be done with it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, exactly. So, so there's that. All right, and we can get into. I once planned a whole segment on discussing how the sort of subversive elements of our politics have kind of grown and things like that. But basically, don't invite people that shouldn't be here to be able to take part in the franchise.
I agree that I shouldn't be allowed to vote. So we're in agreement.
It's simple as,
yes,
right? Like,
we're in agreement.
It'd be weird if I went to Japan and was able to subvert their politics. It's just odd. But we allow it in the West because imbeciles. So let's drill down into potentially some more controversial things. And you'll see probably where I'm getting at here. No one on any form of benefit can vote.
I think that's reasonable.
In my New Britannia. Because I think it's insane that as a nation, over half the UK population is in receipt of some form of benefit. They basically take more from the taxman than they do pay in. Now, that is insane. It literally can't continue.
Especially when you consider how high taxation is in Britain.
Yeah, precisely. I am paying to subsidise ridiculous amounts of people here who then have a way in voting for where my money goes in future. This is absurd.
So the highest level, historically speaking, was during the Napoleonic Wars, when the British government ended up controlling around 20% of GDP. And before that, it had been between 6% and 9%. That was the total net income of the country. something between 6% and 9% was in the hands of the government.
Yeah.
And you're looking
And
at
it wasn't income taxes for the most part. It was mainly tariffs and taxes on land and on all kinds of things, rather than this sort of insane income tax, whereby if you produce more, we're going to take more away from you, and a bigger proportion of your work will become ours.
Yeah.
So fair enough. That's a substantive point. Yes.
Yeah. So that's one thing. No one on benefits. No one currently in receipt of benefits.
Well, what's more as well,
should be able
that would
to vote.
incentivize people to get off them.
Yes.
Well,
Ex-
become contributors.
yeah, exactly. Absolutely 100%. And then we get to probably one of the most controversial things. No pensioner can vote in New Britannia. Sorry, but no. Absolutely. I'm just not having it. In my Britain, you've had your time. Okay. I am currently paying for you to sit around and enjoy life.
I'm surprised
Right.
that you will allow pensions in your Britain.
Well, so so this is kind of trying to work still within some sort of apparent. I'm trying to fix what we're currently in, basically.
Right.
You've
right.
got to
So
have.
let me.
I would have sort of
let me-
dismantled.
From voting.
Yeah, I know.
I would have dismantled the welfare state
Yeah, so would I.
and relied on private charity.
So would I. But I'm like, if
Right.
I became God Emperor tomorrow, this is how I would just immediately, quickly fix democracy. And
Okay.
it's a blueprint to how to fix democracy now, basically.
Right.
So
Okay.
no pensioner should vote. You don't get a say in how the future goes after you're gone, considering your voting record and your sensibilities have given us the predicament that we're in now. So no, you can't vote.
I have to push back against this, if you will indulge me for a minute.
I mean, I can try. I'm the God Emperor.
Thank you for your indulgence.
Seek an audience with,
We seek.
I allow it.
Thank you.
just to petition your majesty.
The master was of the view that you could only petition the king for things rather than sort of demand things, and I sort of agree. But Chesterton made a point about tradition being the democracy of the dead. That basically this wisdom and experience that is accumulated over the ages should have its place. So I think if somebody has their own private pension and wishes to vote, it's one thing.
I'll get to that.
Whereas if someone is on a state pension and wishes to vote, it's a different story.
So I agree and disagree because,
Okay.
again, people's voting records and sensibilities have still garnered us the predicament that we're in. And so that still has to be a factor.
Because you have to keep the triple
Wow.
lock and a state.
Woo,
of
this
the
is
state
what we're
pension.
going to get. Yeah, this is what we're going to get to. So,
Okay.
no children should be allowed to vote, obviously.
Well-
That's dumb.
Revolutionary.
Really? Come on. Come on.
You can't buy cigarettes, you can't buy alcohol, but
No.
you can vote.
Come on.
Yes.
Come on.
I'm with you.
Please. Behave. Let's just not... I blackpill everyone. I'm trying to give some levity here.
No,
So
very jolly. Carry on.
basically, what I'm getting at is we need to get rid of all of the client classes we have in this country. This is the overarching theme of this. Get rid of all the client classes, right?
By get rid of them, you mean do not allow them to vote.
Yeah, the client classes should not be a thing.
Yes.
And if you have a client class, they shouldn't be allowed to vote. And this actually comes from both sides. So it comes from voter and candidate.
Yes.
You can have a client candidate in the political spectrum,
Yes.
i.e. career politicians, right?
Yes.
And you have to get rid of those people. You have to.
So what you're saying is essentially you must have skin in the game
Yeah, so this is
for
my
you to
closing.
be able to participate.
Exactly. So my closing point is you must have a stake in the country.
Yes.
Only net taxpayers should vote, which will instantly eliminate 50% of the population. So that's brilliant. Not like that, just inability to vote. And this is net across your lifetime.
Yes.
Net across your lifetime.
Right.
And so now I open it to the floor for suggestions. I will enable some petitions for the God Emperor's democratic future.
Well, I mean, for me, just the darkest aspect
Yes.
to all of it, and I really can't get it out of my head, just that that daily that I made a few weeks back for Remembrance Sunday, where, you know, was that chap on Good Morning Britain just saying wasn't worth fighting for. You know, what we have now wasn't worth, you know, and when you just think about the number of men who went over the top in World War One
Yeah.
on the promise that their service would give them the vote, that
Yes.
that was the final hurdle. And once they'd fought in World War One, they'd slaughtered themselves for the behest of the elites and their geopolitical interests in Europe, that they would be given the vote. What was the point of that entire exercise? To then just ignore everything that they actually voted for and wanted for decade after decade.
No, that was a truly heartbreaking thing to see.
Yeah,
that was a genuinely heartbreaking thing to see. When you consider that this sacrifice and bravery was rewarded with what exactly? I don't fully understand it.
To give birth to this.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to make him feel much better.
No, I know. But that individual will probably never be on TV again because they went completely off script, which is just truly damning anyway.
Yes.
If anything, the correct response would have been from a true, just, morally correct society would be to platform him further and actually drill deeper into what it is that he sees the country has gone wrong.
Correct.
Actually platform deeper interviews, things like this. But no, just completely ignored. That's someone that should actually have had an audience with the king. Should be someone that has an audience in Parliament, to get up and actually say, this is what we fought for and this is why it's gone wrong. What have you done? Right? But no, we didn't do that. We've just given everything away to detritus.
Maybe we should invite him here one day. We should try and invite him here.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be good, wouldn't
it? Speak to him. But also it gets into the point as well that, and you're absolutely right to diagnose this, which is that it just like one man, one woman, one vote. It's like, okay, but like, I'm sorry, I'm just not willing to entertain the fantasy that my vote somehow counts equally to the guy in Tower Hamlets.
Yeah, I mean, look,
I'm just not willing to believe that.
No, obviously not.
And that's the system that we're trapped in.
As a net taxpayer who has paid just extortionate sums of tax across my life, I know because I file my taxes myself. I know how much I'm paying, and it's absurd. Some random, even a native. It doesn't even have to be a third worlder.
Sure.
Just some random native that is sitting there on his arse gets to dictate where my money goes.
While collecting benefits. That's the truly insulting part.
Exactly.
While collecting benefits.
No.
In the sense that you could make the civic nationalist argument that, well, if he's also a taxpayer and he's also doing responsible things, he has some kind of say in where his tax money is spent. But the fact that there is this disproportionate reliance on benefits from the immigrant communities while they vote in sectarian and tribal blocs just makes it that much more jarring.
Yeah, the client class has to be abolished completely. And you'll see it tomorrow. Hot prediction from the Emperor of Mankind. You'll see it tomorrow in the budget, whenever this is released, I don't know. Rachel Reeves' budget, where she will pander to multiple client classes. You will see this.
Yes.
The 2-child benefit cap. That's immigrants. It's foreigners. The pensioners. The triple lock. These are 2 client classes straight away.
Because as I covered in the segment, the young are being too indebted to actually build families. It's a disgusting system.
Exactly, and that goes to why Keir Starmer wants to give the vote to 16-year-olds. It creates a new client class. You shouldn't be trying to opening the franchise up even further is the worst possible thing that could happen because it just establishes a new client class. So no, from the Emperor of Mankind, no client classes.
If you would like to watch the full uncut version that is also uncensored, head on over to lotuseaters.com to find out more.